Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Chris at Realridesharestories, and today I'm going to talk to you about if you should get a in-dash camera or not. So one of the big questions is when you're driving is if you should get an in-dash camera or not. Personally, I think you should, period. If you drive, you should. It doesn't matter if you're driving for Uber, Lyft, or even taxi or anything. If you drive in general, you should have an in-dash camera, at least pointing forward for a number of different reasons. But one comes to mind. I remember watching a video on YouTube probably about a year or so ago, and it was a woman was driving down the street, and it was a one-way. There were cars parked along the driver's side of her, and as she's going down, a kid on a bike runs out in front of her. I mean, he's holding the bike, running out, and then she comes up behind him, stops. He jams the bike into into her car, and falls over, and he grabs his arm or his leg or something. I can't remember exactly. And he's like, "Oh, like looking like he's in pain." And then another kid comes out with a camera phone taking a video, and he's saying, "Oh, I saw the whole thing. I got it on camera. You hit him." And so this woman, she gets out, goes around to the outside of the car, is like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I got this whole thing on camera. You better watch out." And she's like, "Great, that's awesome. I got it on camera too. The only difference is I got the whole thing." And she pointed to her dash cam. The kids looked at the dash cam and then just booked. And the reason is because they were trying to commit fraud. Now, if she didn't have that camera, she'd be in a whole different story. She would, she would be probably fighting a lawsuit and insurance issues and many different things. But because she did have that dash cam, because it was recording everything, she was able to say, "I got the whole thing on camera too. Check this out." And now it actually reversed the table on them, and I'm sure they're probably facing possible jail time due to like some conspiracy to commit fraud or some allegation along that. But without a dash cam, like I said, she could be in a whole heap of mess right there. But with it, it protects her. Anybody who drives should have something that's recording at least where you're going, and meaning the front of the vehicle where you're going, because that's where everything's pretty much setting up. That's where you're driving to. That's what's unfolding. If you want to have a camera that's pointing out the back or the sides, sure, you can do that. That's just going to give you a lot more coverage. The term we say is it's CYA, cover your ass. So anybody who drives should have an in-dash camera. Doesn't matter if you're a professional driving, if you're driving for Uber, Lyft, or even taxi. You should just have a dash camera in general. Think about it. Police have them. Why not you? Now, as for Uber and Lyft drivers, you should have an in-dash camera. It's just there in case you just need it, which is a good thing, and it's peace of mind. Out of about the 2,000 rides that I've given, I've only needed it once, and I didn't actually need the footage, but at least I had it for my peace of mind. The story was that I had given a ride, and somebody had contacted Uber saying that I was falling asleep behind the wheel, and it was complete crap. Uber sent me a message saying that the account's been deactivated while they do their investigation. Yeah, I contacted Uber, and they just I told them I had the footage if they needed it, and she just told me, hold on to it, and we'll contact you if we do need it. If not, then they just gotta complete their investigation. So about 24 hours goes by, and they reactivated my account with no issues. They didn't even ask for the footage, even though I had it. But again, like I said, that is something that you can have to protect yourself. So a second story that kind of puts into perspective on why to have a dash camera, and I'll show you the footage right here, is, this woman gets out of the vehicle at a stop, leaves her purse in the vehicle. She goes out, does her thing, whatever, she's got to grab whatever she's grabbing, or does whatever she's doing. I don't really know. But she comes back a few minutes later, and she could have made a real problem, saying, hey, there was money in my purse and it's not here. Where is it? You took it. Made some false claim. And then it would have been her word versus mine. And unfortunately, without a dash camera or without some type of recording, that would be a problem for me. But because I have a dash camera that shows everything that has happened during that time, I have the peace of mind that says, oh yeah, go ahead, make that claim, because all I got to do is just show this footage, and now the burden of proof is not there. You have nothing on me. And again, it's going to save a whole headache, a whole hassle, a possible firing from Uber or Lyft, having the law have some issues. So again, nothing actually happened last night. She just left it in. But like I said, that was my mind going somewhere, saying, what's the real possibility of somebody making a false claim? And it happens all the time. And for those who don't have cameras or don't record what's going on, that's going to be an issue, because now you have to prove something. And how are you going to prove it? Because it's your word versus theirs, especially when it comes to you took money, or you did something, or you fell asleep at the wheel, or whatever it is. Doesn't matter. It's the good thing about having a camera is it's there if you need it, and the footage is there to confirm your story of what happened, and to show that false claim never did happen. You might be wondering what camera I use. I have the Vantrue N2 dual in-dash camera, both wide-angle lens 1080p with IR. It's a great camera, both for interior and exterior. Microphone works well, and overall it's just a good camera. There are many different cameras out there. Just figure out what one meets your needs the best. So with that being said, it's definitely good to have the in-dash camera. Please subscribe and ring the bell for notification for all of our upcoming videos. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Real Rideshare Stories.